And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is it, the moment of true power survives. Because live from Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's time for one more dose of action, surprises, and all amazing fun with our season finale of our 63rd season. This is Chao 2017 in 2018 final week with your host, Brandon Shining. Hello, Green Bay, Wisconsin. This is it, the final week. Are you ready? I hope so. Yes, we are. And hello, the fans home. Welcome to the final week of Chao 2017 in 2018. That's when the year. But we're still in our 65th season for one more week because tonight we will decide the 8 men's division playoff spots and the 4 women's division playoff spots. So Paul tells us all about the current playoff rankings for the men's division portion. Alright, so here on the playoff rankings as of right now, we already know that Howard Miller has clinched the number 1 seed with a record of 19-10. Ben Stason will face Kyle Leachman, Steve Wakeman, and Christian Hunter later on in the men's division to determine who will have the final seed in the last hope to make the playoffs. Alright, Brandon, you know what to do. Alright, Paul, let's start off the final week of Chao 2017 in 2018. Tell us what do we have to start things off. Well, Brandon, we're going to kick off our season finale for race number 1 of the men's division. Chuck Dixon, Jeff Dallas, Thomas Winkletter, and OG Upton of the License of Destiny. As usual, these races will be held on the Eagle course, so it's best of luck to the first group of participants one last time, and let's have a Chao race! And there goes the first 4 participants busting down the line, trying to make one last win, one last effort to impress the Green Bay, Wisconsin crowd here tonight on our season finale of Chao 2017 in 2018. And right now, the 4 y'all gonna shake the apologies, and it looks like Jeff Norris is pausing for one. There goes the coconut shaped fruit. They reach them on the ground, and now they're gonna eat the fruit. And there goes OJ Upton and Chuck Dixon. These 2 shall rebound fully up in the front, and it looks like number 2 is for the rest. So he's better drop down a couple places. And who will get the first opening toss of our final week of Chao 2017 in 2018? It's the success dude, Jeff Norris, who gets the first opening toss of the week. He is heading for the 1, trying to maintain some ground. And it looks like Chuck Dixon is scoring us over at the bridges. That makes number 1, who will have the privilege of bowing up with him for D-Life. I will say, as Chuck Dixon, who leads number 1 in us, takes PS number 2, and OJ up there scoring us. So Chuck Dixon will have a little bit of catching up to do. Right now, it is number 2 who is battling with Thomas Winkletter and Jeff Norris in a freeway battle for the lead up in front, making way to the top hill as we head back into Chuck Dixon. That makes back-to-back speeders for Chuck Dixon. OJ up there is getting left behind the competition. Right now, it's number 1 who is way behind the competition. We passed the 1 minute mark in the society race, and number 1 pauses for 1. So he's going to be left behind in the competition for a while. Yep. As Chuck Dixon gets a 3rd consecutive speed buzz, trying to make a statement in the only one. Meanwhile, Thomas Winkletter and Jeff Norris continue to battle with number 2 in the freeway battle for the lead, and it looks like number 7 pauses for 1. As the next PS win made by Thomas Winkletter, who's trying to make a statement over Jeff Norris, and right now number 1 really is how he is getting all alone in last place behind the pack. Well, he is going to need a couple of speed runs if he wants to get back in this one. And he gets one of them. Will he get some more, or is that going to be it? We'll find out soon. And that great fun, Chuck Dixon is starting to make a miracle comeback ahead of Jeff Norris and Thomas Winkletter. Jeff Norris currently leads over Chuck Dixon and Thomas Winkletter by a short distance as the free Chao heads to his home stretch. And who will get the next command for us? It is number 8. He can forget about going to best. He leads number 1 in us. And back by front, it looks like the leader is going to be in the whole stretch. It's going to be Thomas Winkletter, who's going to lead over Chuck Dixon by a few feet, heading into the goal line. As number 7 takes the next command speeders, and number 1 is getting left behind still. Thomas Winkletter holds on Chuck Dixon for the first victory of our final week of Chao 2017. As OJ Upton will close like the speed rush for the opening race. Alright, so Thomas Winkletter ends his season with a W. That's right, congratulations to Thomas Winkletter on a solid season finale, and it's more than coming out, the fun is just getting started. Alright, Paul, let's move on to race number 2. Okay, race number 2 will feature the policeman Rusty Williamson, Alan Holmes, the Bobby Mater Bobby K, and Norman Finder. These 4 Chao all prepped up and ready to go. Which one will end the season with a W? We're about to find out right now. Let's rock this place! And there goes the next 4 Chao missing down the line. With Alan Holmes, seems like he's a little bit faster than the other Chao that came with. Right now, the 4 Chao are going to make their way towards the palm trees. The fans of Green Bay, Wisconsin are on their feet and they're excited to see the season finale of our 61st season of Chao Racing 2017 in 2018 here in the US. And right now, it is Alan Holmes and Norman Finder who's going to be battling for the lead up in the front. And what will these 2 Chao be doing? It looks like they're both heading for the water. Norman Finder seems like he's the better flyer of those 2. As the first superstar against Beepus is number 1, who's also heading for the water, along with our policeman Rusty Williamson. And right now, number 7 and 8 are battling over at the bridges. They're getting left behind over at the bridges. And who's going to get Speeders number 2? It's going to be the Bobby Mater who's gets Speeders number 2. The Bobby K gets Speeders number 2 in this race. Right now it is Norman Finder, the friendly demon of Chao Racing, who leads over Al Holmes, the Outback Dreamer himself, as they make their way towards the sapphire portion of the course now. As the next POS will be made by number 7, who's trying to hold number 28 Harry, and it looks like number 8 pauses for 1, so he's better to drop down to last place over the 8 Chao to come with. Number 2 seems like he's also left behind in the competition, but who will we got the next command POS? It is going to be the policeman, Rusty Williamson, trying to hold up Bobby K for third place. Meanwhile, Norman Finder and Al Holmes are at the wall trying to get neck to neck on each other. Which one of them will prepare when he gets to the home stretch? We'll find out soon enough. Next POS walks to number 2, who's trying to hold on number 7 Harry, and poor number 8 is getting left behind the competition. He's not going to get speed bumps before he hits the wall, folks. Yep, he's going to be left behind the competition for sure. So the next POS will be made up in the front, and that next POS will be made by the Outback Dreamer, Alan Holmes, trying to catch up to our leader, Rusty Williamson. The policeman, Rusty Williamson, is making a statement in the run. And there goes Rusty Williamson trying to defend his lead. And it looks like Norman Finder went a little too far that time. Rusty Williamson maintains the lead over Alan Holmes as Bobby Mater Bobby K gets his second POS of the race. Looks like Rusty Williamson has his race all of the way, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to end the season with a W as number 7 will get his second POS of the race. The crime buster policeman, Rusty Williamson, prevails over Alan Holmes to secure the win to close out his 2017-2018 season. Number 8 can just forget about this race as the race comes to an end. Alright, so Rusty Williamson did a pretty good job. That's why he might be able to come back next season. We'll soon know. Back in a bit. Do not go away. Okay, who do we have next, Paul? Race number 3 will feature the license to drive, and last year's runner-up, Alvin Sr., battling for a second chance at his third title. He'll be taking on the Steel Curtain Aaron Miller, Evan Chaningo, and Hunter Brown. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock. And let's have a challenge! And it was like Hunter Brown and scored us. That means Alvin Sr., Aaron Miller, and Evan Chaningo will have the opening edge as they make their way towards the palm trees of the Cam 1. And Aaron Miller passes for 1. So it's Alvin Sr. versus Evan Chaningo for the lead up in the front. These 2 Chao are going to eat the food. And there they go, with Evan Chaningo currently leading over Alvin Sr. by a few feet. And who got the winning toss? It is the Steel Curtain, Aaron Miller, at the passing for 1. He is expected to take... Oh, yeah! He's taking a shortcut, folks! Good strategy by Aaron Miller. And right now, number 7 is heading for the water. Number 2 is going right, so he's going to be left behind in the competition all the way in the back and pack. As Speedbus number 2 in this race, we may by Hunter Brown trying to catch up after he's going west. Right now, it is the Steel Curtain Aaron Miller who has a commanding lead after he took a shortcut. I think he's going to end his 2017 season with a bang. He's going to get a W on his scorecard this week. I'm struggling for a long time. As the next BS way made by number 1, who's trying to lead number 8 in the dust. Poor number 8 is getting left behind in the competition. So it's number 1. We passed the 1 minute mark of this exciting race, remember? Here we go. And it looks like number 1 will get back to back BS. And look at that. Out here in senior school, so number 1 will have a little bit of catching up to do. Meanwhile, Ella Miller has a commanding lead heading into the top of the wall. And he scored the best, but he will still have a dominating effort. I think he's going to win this one by a landslide, don't you think? Next, BS Box 2, Evan Shaningo catching up to Hunter Brown, and poor Avenue Seniors getting left behind the competition. Numbers 2 and 8 are also left behind the competition, but it's number 1 who leaves the free Chao battling for dear life with a third speed bus in the race. Right now, Aaron Miller has made a whole stretch, and no one's going to catch up to him in a hurry. Aaron Miller is gone, ladies and gentlemen. As Evan Shaningo takes his second speed race for getting back going the best, Aaron Miller is going to end his 2017 season with a victory tonight. The Steel Curtain Aaron Miller dominates all the competition by a landslide. Good ending for the Steel Curtain Aaron Miller for the 2017 season. As number 7, we'll get the next command BS, and look at that. He dominates over the force of the Chao. Yep, numbers 1 and 8 are going to rest. Episode number 2 will have a little bit of catching up to do by the way Luke said it. But this race is all about number 7 for the fourth of Chao, and expected to close this one out with back-to-back spears. Well, it doesn't matter for Alheen Senior. He's still going to be in the playoffs. We'll soon know which team he will represent in the 2018 playoffs. That's right, and the Steel Curtain Aaron Miller can celebrate. He wraps up the season with a win, and it's more something coming up. Do not go away. Alright, Paul, this next race should be interesting. Tell us why. Race number 4 will feature both members of our defending tag team champions, Chris Monagos and the son of the license to drive, Alheen Jr. They'll be battling against each other along with Dave Miller and the Middle Trainers and Frank Fernandaro. So as these two playoff contenders look for a shot at a repeat title in next week, you can be sure that this race should be an exciting one no matter where they finish. So let's see how they will fare in the season finale. Everyone's on the clock and please start the buzz! Okay, so there goes the two members of our defending tag team champions looking for a shot at a repeat title next week in the 2018 tag team playoffs. But first they're going to battle against each other with Dave Miller and Frank Fernandaro. And right now the four are going to change palm trees. I'm going to eat the food. And there goes Alheen Jr. and Dave Miller. They're closing in on each other in the Cameron. And it looks like they're both heading for the water. Oh, Dave Miller actually took a shortcut. Wow, that was interesting. Anyway, the first superstar against Beepus is number 7. Dave Miller actually prevailed with a shortcut. She flew over the top of the hill, and he landed on the hill. Now he will have a commanding lead. And who will get speedless number 2 in this race? It is going to be made by number 2, who is way behind over at the bridges. Alheen Jr. better hurry up. He is getting left behind from our leader, Dave Miller. They both hit the water, but Dave Miller has actually landed on the hill, and thus he took a shortcut. We passed the 1 minute mark side race as number 8. Wow, the next command is BS, trying desperately to get back in this one. Right now it is numbers 2 and 7 who are getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. These two Chao are getting left behind battling for dear life all the way in the back of the pack. But it's number 8 who gets back-to-back speeders, and look at that. Frank Fernandaro toss one more, so number 8 will have a little bit of catching up to do. Meanwhile, Dave Miller has a dominating lead over Alheen Jr., who's safely in second place, hand number 1. Dave Miller should wrap up the season with an easy victory. Yep, Dave Miller is gone, ladies and gentlemen. No one's going to catch up to him in a hurry. Back to number 8, and down goes Chris Monacos. That's going to cause a serious damage. That makes 3 speeders in the boat for number 8, and out here in Junior is Chorus. Well, there's always the 2018 Tag Team Playoffs for these two contenders. As Chris Monacos takes the next pair of speeders, they're going to look forward to the 2018 Tag Team Playoffs anyways. And Dave Miller's going to celebrate an easy landslide victory. Dave Miller wins this one by landslide thanks to that shortcut earlier in the race. So Dave Miller closes out the season with a win. That's the next speeders we made by Frank Fonataro. Well, as always, next time for Frank Fonataro. And right now, a couple still at Chao fighting for D-Life all the way in the back of the pack. As number 2, we'll get number 10. That makes 10 second speed as the race, and that was enough to take 6th place over number 7. Looks like Chris Monacos and Al Adrian will come in 2nd and 3rd respectively, and it looks like Frank Fonataro will come in 4th place. No more speeders on the race. This race is finito. Done. Over. Alright, Dave Miller's got the win. That's why I think he should come back next season. Especially when he's a tag team format, he did a good job indeed. Don't go away, we'll be right back after these messages. Okay, welcome back from our commercial break. We're having a great time here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, even though it's frigid cold outside. But anyways, we're having a great time enjoying our finale of our 61st season here on Chao in 2017 and 2018. And Paul, who do we have for our next race? Race number 5 will feature the 2015 Rising Stars champion David Howley, John Miller, the 2016 World Champion Walter Quickson, and Gordon Lambert. And this one will feature the Golden Child as their key opponents, so they need to bring a lot of efforts to stay alive in the game. Will they get a job done? We're about to find out right now. Please start the race. Okay, there goes John Miller busting down the line. He is going to lead over the 4 Child to count 1, or Walter Quickson. Battling with John Miller at the count 1. Right out of the 4 Chao going to shake the palm race to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit. Here comes the fruit, going bouncing down to the ground, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Gordon Lambert unexpectedly will have the upper hand because the other 3 Chao are dancing to the beat. So Gordon Lambert will have control of the lead at the count 1, and he's going to try to get some attention here. As he will get the only toss for this race. Now catching out towards Will Quickson in a hurry over the bridges. And right now John Miller is flying down the water, trying to maintain some ground in the early run. John Miller has reached the other side up the water. Now battling with number 7 for the way up in front. As number 8 was Speed Bus number 2 in this race. And Gordon Lambert didn't get a lot of spat on that first Speed Bus. He is getting left behind in the competition. Well, number 1 scorer, so he's going to join number Gordon Lambert for D-Life. As David Howley, the 2015 Rising Stars champion. Well, in the next coming SBS, also trying desperately to get back in this one. Right now, it is John Miller who leads over number 2 and the 2016 World Champion, Tag Team Champion, Walter Quickson. John Miller is making his way towards the checkered path, and down goes Walter Quickson quickly, and he almost fell, of course. Poor Walter Quickson. Anyway, who got the next command speeders? It's Gordon Lambert. That makes his 2nd speeders to the race. Meanwhile, John Miller is getting tailgated by Walter Quickson. Walter Quickson is seeking revenge, even though he has a disappointing season this year. Can Walter Quickson make the pass? We'll find out soon enough. Next speeders belongs to number 8. That makes his 2nd speeders to the race, and he dominates over the 4 Golden Child and David Howley and Gordon Lambert. And who got the next one? It is our leader, John Miller. He can't forget about Gordon West. He maintains the lead over speedy Walter Quickson. John Miller and Walter Quickson are approaching the home stretch. And here they go. They're going to fly at the home stretch. And it looks like John Miller is going to have a lot of rumble ahead of Walter Quickson. So John Miller is going to win this one, as Gordon Lambert will get a first speed bus of this race. But that was only enough to retain 4th place. Right now, it is John Miller who has this race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. John Miller finished off the 2017 season with a bang. She finishes off with a win and expected to be in the 2018 playoffs. We'll also know what she will have in the early run, as David Howley, a little disappointed with 6th place, will close out the speeders race, followed by number 7 and number 2 in last place. Alright, so John Miller finishes the season with an easy victory. That's right, and we'll present more exciting action after this, so stay tuned. The fun is just heating up. Alright, Paul, we're almost halfway through our season finale, and this is a very important moment indeed, because this next race is Chao Pickle's final race of his career. Yep, Chao Pickle is going to end his career tonight. He is going to face the Hard-Shake Wiz F1 Kingsley, the Golf Star Master Gary Dayton, and the Metro Cowboy Benny Moore. Wow, it's been an exciting career for the Metal Fusionist himself. 26 seasons he participated in Chao Racing, 14 World Championship appearances, winning 6 of those national World Championships in 1996, 97, 98, then 2 more in 2002 and 2003, and most recently last year in 2017. We're gonna miss you all, Chao. You've been a great entertainer for us, and we all love you no matter what happens. Chao Pickles is sure going to enjoy his retirement indeed. So, let's head down to the field and present Chao's retirement race. Let's head back to the Air course and let's take a look at the lineup for this race. This is surely a moment to remember for all of our Chao Racing fans who love the Metal Fusionist Chao Pickles. They are surely going to miss what he has entertained them in the past 26 years. Let's make this a good one no matter what happens. The players are lined up and ready to go. Good luck to the next 4 superstars on course for victory. And what time of Chao is? Alright, so in Chao Pickles' retirement race, he is facing the Hard-Shake Wiz, Gundam Star Master, and the Metro Cowboy, who is surely wishing them best of luck and towards his retirement this year. Of course, he will be in a World Championship to crown the new champion in the end of the season. And it looks like F1 Kingsley is dancing to the beat. And there goes the Gundam Star Master Gary Dayton. He's going to have come in on the lead over Chao Pickles and the Cowboy. And who will get the going toss? As Gary Dayton and Chao Pickles head for the water, it is the Hard-Shake Master F1 Kingsley. He's also heading for the water, the Cowboy. And right now, a couple of Silver John getting left behind the competition in the back. It looks like number 7 and 8 to be exact. By the way, it looks at it. And number 2 is Gorlas. As number 1, who now leads over the 4 Silver Chao, takes Beavis number 2 of this race. And Gary Dayton's Gorlas. That means Chao Pickles will come in lead as F1 Kingsley takes the snooze as well. Chao Pickles trying to get a win to end his 26-year career as a Chao Racing superstar. And number 8, who desperately needs some help every now and then, takes the next chance because I think he needs a lot more help than that, don't you think? Anyway, F1 Kingsley is battling with Benny Moore for 3rd place. The Golden Star Master Gary Dayton is battling with Chao Pickles for the lead as we pass the 1 minute mark in the side race. But right now, all eyes are on number 8 as he gets back-to-back speeders, and now he's facing with numbers 2 and 7 for DI all the way back in pack. Meanwhile, Chao Pickles and Gary Dayton are surely having a great time battling in Chao's retirement race. Which one of them will come on top? Which one of 4 will come on top? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to the Metro Cowboy, Benny Moore, who is battling with F1 Kingsley for 3rd place to Cowboy. And right now, number 7 and 8 are getting left behind the competition. Which one will get the next class speeders? It is number 8. That makes his first speeders race. Now trying to lead number 7 in dead meat. And back with fun, Chao Pickles and Gary Dayton and F1 Kingsley are all battling for the lead. As number 7, who desperately needs some help, gets a turn now. And Chao Pickles back up in front is with us. That means Gary Dayton will have come in the lead. F1 Kingsley will be right on his tail, battling with him for the lead in 2nd place. Here comes Chao Pickles with the next class speeders, but I highly doubt he's going to make a miracle comeback. Nah, no. Well, he's still going to finish with 11 wins this season for his final season of his 26-year career. Looks like F1 Kingsley is going to hold off Gary Dayton for an easy victory. By the way it looks like, that means we're going to do the Hard-Shake for Chao's retirement race. As Benny Moore takes his 2nd speeders race, F1 Kingsley is going to barely hold off Gary Dayton for the victory. F1 Kingsley wins in Chao's retirement race. Thanks ever so much, Chao, for being with us tonight. Enjoy your retirement, folks. F1 Kingsley, nice job. Let's do the Hard-Shake to honor your victory. There they are, the fans are doing the Hard-Shake. And we will present the 2nd half of our finale week here on the men's division portion after we present a award from this. Alright folks, 6 races are in the books. We got 6 more to go for the men's division season finale. Tell us what we have for race number 7, Paul. Race number 7 will feature Luke Green, Eric Crosby, Nick Simon, and Fred Harrison. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock. And please start the race. Here we go. So now we're in the second half of the men's division portion of the season finale here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And it looks like numbers 2 and 8 are going to rest. So these two Chao are going to be left behind in the competition for a while. Right now the 4 main superstars are Chicken the Padres, who bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Eric Crosby. He is going to lead over Luke Green by a short distance. The other two Chao decided to dance in the beat. And it looks like Eric Crosby and Luke Green are both heading for the water. As the first superstar against the star in the second half is Nick Simon. And look at that! Luke Green has actually made it to the top of the hill, and he took a shortcut. Wow, he should be a top contender for a playoff. Well, not necessarily a top contender, but a good chance for a shot in the 2018 title. Well, anyway, Fred Harrison will get speed with number 2 of this race, trying this way to catch up. And right now, number 7 and 8 are getting left behind the competition on the way back. As number 2, who dominates over the 4th to Chao, takes the next command because Luke Green has a commanding lead thanks to that shortcut. No one is going to catch up to Luke Green in a hurry. He is going to celebrate an easy victory as he prepares for the 2018 playoffs next week. Back to number 2, and now he has a lot more room ahead of number 1. Right now, number 7 and 8 are getting left behind the competition, better battling for DUI. Number 1 seems like he's also left behind in the competition. But right now, all eyes on number 2 as he gets a fair speed boost and he can say farewell to the force of a Chao for the moment. Meanwhile, Luke Green is the first to approach the home stretch. He should have an easy advantage thanks to that shortcut. And who got the next one? It is Fred Harrison. That makes sense. That could be as a race. But there's always next time for Fred Harrison. Yep. Always next season. And poor number 7 is getting left behind. He really needed to get a lot of speed if he wants to get back in this one. But oh, too bad. So sad. Nick Simon will get his second speed of the race. And it looks like Luke Green is going to hold on to the competition by a landslide to end his 27th season with a win. So he's been having seen in the 2018 playoffs. We'll soon know which number C he will get when they finish the results. As the next PS we made by number 7, who leads number 8 at us. Number 8 was scoring last for a while. And now number 7 is scoring last as a 2-shot battle for D-Life. And as number 8 talks one, number 7 gets back to the XPS, leaving number 8 in dead meat for the second time in this race. And that is going to do it for the speed bus for this race. And Eric Crosby will come in second, followed by Fred Harrison and Nick Simon. Alright, Luke Green got the win. That's right, and he is excited to be a contender for the 2018 title. Let's hope for the very best. Coming up, we got more outside action for you. But first, have a look at this. Alright, Paul, time for the next phase. And who do we have again? Race number 8 will feature Kenny Days in the Days Bus, Musty Instant Movement Junkie of the Go Getters 2.0, The Great Louis Charleston, and straight from the Lucky the Irish, but everyone Sean Tay is with us for this race. Let's find out which one will be fortunate enough to get the victory tonight. Here we go. Let's rock this place. Alright, and it looks like Kenny Days is off to a pretty good start ahead of his opponents. But like we always say each and every week of the entire season, our motto is always the same. Anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe. And that's what we will always use for next season and every season thereafter. And by now it looks like Ram 1 Shorty will have command in the lead. Corey dominating the lead at Cam 1. And it looks like he's trying to maintain some ground. Will we hold on for his victory? We'll find out soon enough as number 7 wins the winning toss. He is better to take the water, along with Rusty Instant Rebate Jackington. Rusty is one of the fastest swimmers in the league. And right now, guess who is getting left behind in the competition early on in the race? It's number 1, not 2. but it's Benoit Charlante who went down for the count. Gets Speedway's number 2 in his face. Now he's trying to catch up to our leader candidates of the day Spurs as they make their way towards the top of the hill. And let's find out who will get the next one. And that next Speedway's, we may mind the great Louis Charleston, who is catching up to Rusty instantly by Jackington in third place in the come one. Poor number 1 is getting left behind in the pack. As we pass the 1 minute mark, it's Rusty instantly by Jackington who will get the next command Speedway's. Now trying to make the pass of Louis Charleston for third place. Meanwhile, Benoit Charlante is doing his best to haul off candidates for the lead. But make sure to watch out for Rusty instantly by Jackington's epic swimming ability. That's going to be a major factor of this game. Next Speedway's belongs to number 1, who desperately needs a country up every now and then. He's now trying to make the pass from number 8 for DUI far away in the back of the pack. Back up in front, Benoit Charlante and candidates are being followed by the great Louis Charleston in third place, and Rusty instantly by Jackington in fourth place, as number 1 gets a little more help with back-to-back Speedways. And now he's leaving number 8, or number 8 is getting left behind competition. He's not going to get Speedways before he hits the wall. So who will get the next one? It is back to Rusty instantly by Jackington. That makes sense, second Speedways race. I think he might have a chance to catch up to our leader Kenny Days. Kenny Days currently leads to the come one heading into all stretch. But there goes Rusty instantly by Jackington. Here's all the running, folks. Here's going to make the pass from Kenny Days to get the victory. As number 2 will get the next game Speedways on his race, you can tell me one off for Rusty instantly by Jackington. Great comeback by the swimming ability. Good job. Number 1 is getting left behind the competition. And this race is over. Rusty instantly by Jackington gets an easy victory. That's right, good way to end the 2017 season. He might be coming next week, or next season, we'll find out soon enough. Back in a bit, do not go away. Alright folks, before we proceed to the next race, we have a couple of interesting races coming up. Of course, we got the main event featuring Hal Miller going another shot at his 20th win of the season and a second Superstar League honors. Plus, we have the race before that in which 4 hopefuls, last chance to make the playoffs, will decide who will have a seed in the 2018 Individual Men's Division playoffs. So these 2 races are going to be important indeed, so be sure to stay tuned with us. Alright, so with that being said, let us proceed to the next race. And Paul, who do we have for race number 9? Well, Brandon, race number 9 will feature one of the fastest swimmers in the league and playoff contender Dahl Mannings taking on Ryan Christian, Richard Hasselhoff, and Milwaukee Top Boy Jerry Lyon. And there's Logan Lyon for this next race. And let's head down to the field once again. Everyone is on the clock and best luck to the next 4 participants. Let's have a Chowers! Okay, and it looks like number 2 is going to rest. And number 8 is going to join number 2 for DY. And so is number 7. So these 3 Chao will be left behind in the competition. Right now, the 4 human superstars are going to shake the palm trees and bring on that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Richard Hasselhoff. He is going to have come in on the lead over Jerry Lyon and Donald Mannings. But let's keep an eye out for Donald Mannings' epic swimming ability. And it looks like Richard Hasselhoff and Jerry Lyon are heading for the water as the first superstar gets beepers is number 1, who's also heading for the water, along with Ryan Christian. And that will be number 8, D-Life, over at the bridges. Number 8 is getting left behind over at the bridges, since most of the Chao took the water. As he will take Speedways number 2 in his face, will be another stay alive in the game, we'll soon know. Right now it is Jerry Lyon who has the lead over Richard Hasselhoff, who's fighting with Ryan Christian for second place in come one. As number 7, well in the next command Speedways, and that will be enough to take the lead over the 4th of the Chao. Poor number 8, meanwhile, is getting left behind in the competition, and number 2 passes for 1. As we pass the 1 minute mark, the next Speedways will be made by Richard Hasselhoff up in the front. Right now it is Jerry Lyon in the very front, trying to guard the lead over Richard Hasselhoff. Dahl Mannings better hurry up if he wants to make a miracle comeback to force his swimming ability. And there he goes with the next command Speedways. He's trying to make a statement in the air run. Watch out, boys. Dahl Mannings is catching up to you. Meanwhile, numbers 2 and 8 are getting left behind in the competition, battling for dear life. Which one will get the next command, Beavers? It's number 2 who got it. So that will be number 8 in Demi for the second time in this race. Back in front, Jerry Lang has a commanding lead, and look at that. Richard Hasselhoff is going to us. Now Jerry Lang will have a comfortable distance ahead of him in the early run. He's going to be the first to approach the home stretch. And who got the next one? It is number 7, and he can't forget about going to us. That makes his second speed race, and now he dominates over the 4-star Chao on that speed bus. And right now it looks like Donovan should be off and running, and there he goes, whipping out his speed bus. That makes his second speed race, and he's gonna win this one. Donovan pulls out Jerry Lang to end his season with a bang. A great way to focus on next week's playoffs, and he's surely smiling today. As number 8 will get the last speed bus on this phase, and that is going to do it for this phase. Number 2 can just forget about this race. He's going Alright, so with that win, Donald Reddings is prepped up and ready for his playoffs. That's right, and we'll put some more saying action after we hear what from this. Alright, Paul, let's simple up this next race, and then we'll really start to feel the tension. Alright, first up for race number 10, we have Ricky Nelson of the Go-Getters 2.0, Big Cherry Tommy Days of the Days Runners, Alex Markinson, and Graham Miller, one of the fastest swimmers in the league. Let's see if we can keep up with his swimming abilities midway through tonight. Everyone's on the clock, and please start the base! Okay, there goes the next 4 superstars running down the aisles, participating in the final week for one last time this season. Before we find out who's going to be in the playoffs next week. Right now, the 4 Chao going to shake the palm trees, bringing down that coconut-shaped fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Ricky Nelson. He is going to have command on the lead up in the front. There he is. He is going to approach the bridges, and it looks like he is going to be heading for the water. As Big Cherry Tommy Days will win the open toss this time around, and it looks like number 2 is Swimmers, so he's better to drop down to last place over the 8 Chao right now. Looks like number 1 seems like he's heading for the water, and number 7 is Swimmers. As Ricky Nelson on the Go-Getters 2.0 was PUS number 2 this race. A couple of Chao swimming in the water, and it looks like Glenn Murray will have full control of the way up in the front after swimming in the water hole earlier in the race. And right now he is going to approach the top of the hill, trying to guard the lead with Ricky Nelson. As the next PUS way made by number 1, who's trying to take the lead away from number 8 on the 4th Chao. Numbers 2 and 7 are battling for dear life all the way in the back of the pack. We're approaching the 1 minute mark in the starting race. There it is. We're passing it. And who got the next command speeders? It is Alex Markinson. That's who. Curry catching up to Ricky Nelson. Curry sits in 3rd place behind Ricky Nelson. And I can't read it. Graham Murray. Well, Graham Murray should be able to hold off Ricky Nelson easily because he's one of the fastest ones. No doubt about it. Next speed belongs to number 1. That makes his second speed as the race. Graham Murray is going to push the wall. Then he's going to make his way towards the waterfall. And when he gets to the home stretch, he is going to be off and running, folks. No doubt about it in this one. And who got the next man's PS? It's number 2. And that was enough to take the lead over the 4th Chao ahead of number 8. Core number 7 is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back to back. He's going to be busy climbing on the wall, folks. As Big Cherry Tommy Days will get his second speed as the race. But it looks like Graham Murray is strong, ladies and gentlemen. He's swimming quickly towards the finish line. And Graham Murray caps up his 2017 season with a victory. Good domination at the home stretch from playoff contender Graham Murray. As Alex Markinson will get his second speed as the race. He spent the 1 second place, and it looks like Ricky Nelson of the Go-Getters 2.0 will come in 3rd place, giving Big Cherry Tommy Days the day's spots with 4 plays. So another swimming ability dominates in this race. This time it is Graham Murray, another playoff contender, who gets the win. That's why he has high hopes of winning the title this year, and sports that are coming out do not go away. Alright, folks. The next 2 races are probably the most important races of the year. Tell us why, Paul. Okay, first, for base number 11, we have 4 playoff hopefuls. Vince Mason, Kyle Richmond, Steve Wakeman of the Lucky Irish, and Chris Schneider of the Classic Go-Getters. All of them have high hopes of the playoffs, but only one of them will get that chance. Only one will have a seed in the 2018 playoffs. The rest will have to wait next season. So let's find out who will get that seed and have a chance to win the 2018 title. Best luck to the 4 last hopefuls on the job well done. Please start the race! Alright, so as of right now, Vince Mason is in 8th place. The winner of this race will move on to the playoffs next week, while the losers will have to wait another time. Who is going to represent a seed in the 2018 playoffs when it happens next week? We'll find out soon enough. Right now, the 4 Chao are going to eat the food, and there goes Kyle Richmond. And look at that. Kyle Richmond's going to have the upper hand for the moment, but Steve Wakeman should be rapidly on his tail, catching up to him. And who will get the winning toss of this race? It's Steve Wakeman as he heads for the water. I think this will continue the swimming ability. He is also a very fast swimmer, just like Rusty Instant Reaper Jackington, Darlings, and Glenn Murray, as a matter of fact. And look at that, he has full control of the lead at the count one second place, trying to make the pass on Kyle Richmond. Anyway, number 1 will have speed race number 2 this race, and it looks like Vince Mason is worse. Kyle Richmond currently leads, but Steve Wakeman is right on his tail. He should be able to make the pass from Kyle Richmond when he gets to the home stretch. Anyway, number 2, Casey next match yes, and he easily dominates over the 4 to a Chao or Vince Mason. Poor number 8, meanwhile, is getting left behind in the competition. We passed the 1 minute mark in the signing race. And it looks like Vince Mason will have the next command speeders. Trying to make the pass for number 7. Meanwhile, Kyle Richmond is the first to push the wall. Steve Wakeman is going to catch up bit by bit. Steve Wakeman should be able to set up an easy mid-range string. Next PS belongs to number 7, who will make the pass for Vince Mason. And right now, numbers 1 and 8 are getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. Numbers 1 and 8 are getting left behind. Which one of them will get the next command speeders? It's number 8, Natsu. And back with fun, Kyle Richmond is going to be the first to approach the home stretch, but Steve Wakeman should be able to make the pass easily when they hit the water. Right now, it is Chris Schneider, the prototype wizard, who will have the next command speeders. And right now, Steve Wakeman should be off and running just about now. There he goes! As number 2 takes a second spear, still dominating on the force of the Chao. Steve Wakeman makes the pass from Kyle Richmond to secure a playoff seed in next week's playoffs. Thanks to the other 3 participants for all their support. So sad to miss out on the playoffs, but as always next season, they'll be sure to come back next season for sure. Anyway, Chris Schneider will cross our spears, leading us to the main event in the next segment. That's right, and we will present the main event in just a matter of moments, but first let's hear one from Nix. Alright everybody, this is it. The final race of the 2017-2018 season for the men's division portion of the show. Paul, who do we have for our final main event? The final main event of week of season 63 will feature our returning champion Howard Miller of the Miller Twins, the next generation superstar Antonio Bennett from the Classic Go-Getters, the former Black Fire Will Inkson, and Green from Gary Calls. And as we'll get the lineup for this race, let's see if Howard Miller can get his 20th win this time around. Everyone is on the clock, so without further ado, let's have a challenge! And as Will Inkson scored the rest, we'd like to take opportunity for our presenting sponsor of this week's main event, our executive proud partner, Wendy's. During the past 28 weeks, Wendy's has donated $4.2 million towards education and charities across the globe. And from all of the staff at Wendy's, thank you for your support. It's been fun having you on for the ride for the past 2 seasons. And right now, who will get the opening toss of Week 28's main event, the final week main event, presented by our executive proud partner Wendy's. It's going to be number 7, who desperately needs to catching up after taking it last for a while. Right now it looks like there goes the pack busting down the line. Al Miller showing on a roll today as number 1 will have speed boost number 2 in his face. Numbers 2 and 7 are getting left behind in competition. They're both battling for the bridges and the cowboy. But which one will get the next coming as speed boost? It's going to be number 2 who gets it. Boy, Howard Miller wasn't shocked when he was upsetted by the days for us last week. This week, though, it should be too much difficult. He should be able to get his 20th win of the season. He will finish at 20 and 10 after 30 races of play. And he won the number 1 seed in the 2018 playoffs. We passed the 1 minute mark in the second race as number 7 gets the next command as speeders. And right now, number 8 is getting left behind of the 4 Silver Chao ahead back in the back and pack. But 4 Silver Chao making way towards the goal line. Well, they're going to be left behind for sure. Next speeders belongs to the 4 Black Fire, Will Linkson, who is catching up to Gary Coles and Antonio Bennett. And right now, Howard Miller has made his way to the top of the wall and making his way past the waterfall. He is going to approach the home stretch with no opponents to worry about for the moment. And who will get the next command speeders? It's Antonio Bennett, the next generation star. He is the O2 challenge, but it looks like he won't be able to catch up to Howard Miller in time. As Antonio Bennett gets back to the next speeders, Howard Miller is going to finish the regular season at 20 and 10 after 30 races of play. And Howard Miller, for the second week in a row, is our superstar of the week. As number 1 will get the next command speeders, and right now number 2 is getting left behind in the competition all the way back. As he is spending to close out the speeders for our final main event presented by our executive power partner Wendy's. So, Howard Miller has the number 1 seed by 2 wins. Now, that's right, we'll see him next week for the playoffs, and we'll put the women's division playoffs after this. Do not go away.